According to local legend, if you walk around the orrery 3 times, your corporate rival will die of a paper cut.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Nah, probably just shot.
Lovely. So, I guess this is Center City, Byzantium. This looks nice. I like the little thingy they got. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is HM04 Gaming. Welcome you back to the channel here in the Outer World and the Gorgon DLC. In the last episode, we explored the incubation center, whatever it was, and we found out that there's a warden of Gorgon that basically threatened us to tell us to turn back. Do not try to infiltrate my lair. Let us alone, because this is apparently the birthplace of all the marauders. Shocker there that an evil corporation created murderous people because of drugs. So that's cool to know. So basically the lore reason for all the marauders is that they were created here on Gorgon because of Adrenatime. Interesting. Before we get started, please hit like, hit the subscribe button, do all those things other YouTubers tell you to do down and below to help me out. I am closing in on 100 subscribers, so any kind of support would be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, this is one of the comm centers that I already discovered beforehand. So that made getting over here way easier. So let's head on inside. Oh, so this is this. I knew this was going to be used for something. So let's see what we got now. Directory, locate facility staff. One result found, name mostly Clarence. Byzantium Musgrave Collection. Thank you for your digital and commitment to personal tracking and surveillance. Okay, go to the Musgrave Collection. That was over 100,000 freaking XP. So that not only put me up to 26, it put me almost up to freaking 27. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so, that basically tells me that, I'll get some science going up so that my weapon's a little bit better. But yeah, that just basically tells me, hey, things are about to get broken. And why not? Get that up to expert for deadly focus, no weapon sway for 5 seconds after each kill. So that's pretty sweet. And then I can get up to 150 virtuoso. Non-critical hits ignore 50% damage armor. So that means you tell me that every single shot ignores 50% of armor. That is awesome. That is freaking awesome. And then this is a perk level. Okay, there was no new perks added. Okay. Whenever you are affected by a harmful combat effect, you deal damage increase. Oh, so that's interesting. What else we got? Melee damage. No, every effect damage received. Companions. Nothing. Damage under 50. 100% weapons sway. So that just makes me super accurate. Consumable weight, carrying capacity bonus from companions. That's cool. Dialogue skills. All skills. 5% if no party. 10% if no companions recruited. Oh. 20% quiet weapon damage. Vendor buying prices. I kind of want to get my science weapons up. So let's get those moving in the right direction. So now what's my... So that's still doing 102. That's still doing 23. So that really didn't improve those at all. Oh, rip. But still, I'm already almost to level 27. Holy shit. And I didn't even really do much. Musgrave Family Collection. So where's that at? Where is it? I don't have a marker. Where's it at? It wants me to... Clarence mostly can be found at the Musgrave Family Collection, an art gallery located in Byzantium. I have to leave Gorgon? I didn't even go to Byzantium yet. That's funny. Your only lead into lifting Gorgon's emergency lockdown is the project's last known staff moment, an Asari named Clarence Mosley. If you want access to the manufacturer, you need to information from him. So I have to go back to the ship, essentially, and basically go over to, yep. All right. So everybody, I guess we're heading on to technically progress the main story here. Ultimately, because we didn't head to Byzantium yet in this playthrough. So yeah, I guess we're doing that next. So let's head back to the ship and head over to Byzantium.
Captain, transmission request from Ambrose Manor.
I'm guessing Minnie wants an update. Patch her through.
Captain, imagine my surprise when I saw the Unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news.
Someone warned me to stay away from Gorgon, then lock the place down.
Someone? You mean someone still has access to the facility? Oh, after all this time. Who was it?
You tell me.
I don't even know who's still alive from Project Gorgon, much less who would care enough to guard its secrets. Make sure you have eyes on the back of your head. I doubt we've seen the last of this human vexation. If I know Spacer's choice, getting past the lockdown will be more complicated than just hitting a big red button. You'll need authorization and layers of it.
Are you familiar with the Gorgon's old research staff?
I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. If only I could do the same.
Did you know that Gorgon was developing adrenatime?
I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch, though the marketing quieted down over time.
Were you aware that adrenatime creates marauders?
What? No. I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea adrenatime could make marauders out of people. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's Choice is keeping their dirty little secret about adrenatime off the record. We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder.
Why would Spacer's Choice risk everything for a stimulant? Sorry to cut you off there.
Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend. A drug that boosted productivity with no adverse effects. The promise of adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise.
No shit, you can't just give workers drugs and tell them to speed up production. Could one drug really do all that?
I don't know. And thanks to Spacer's Choice, we may never find out. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of adrenatime was fulfilled. And I doubt I'm the only one.
Alright, I'm heading out. You really know your business, Minnie.
Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing. I spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals, professionally speaking. Mother wouldn't hear of it. She didn't think I had the wit to succeed in her line of work. Safe travels. If your leads give you any trouble, be sure and give them some trouble back, yes?
Yes, crack knuckles.
That's the spirit. Until next time, my good captain.
Alright. And now we're here up on Byzantium.
Can we talk?
Sure.
Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do.
And what's that?
I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick.
Funny, you don't strike me as the type who keeps in touch.
Which brings us to where we are today. Several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise.
Actually, I can see it.
But I worked so hard. I dropped the accent, picked up a swagger, developed a taste for Spacer's Choice.
You kind of tried a little bit too hard.
Huh. Well, I bet they won't know the difference. I bet they'll barely recognize me.
Convenient. I'm proud of you, Ellie. Of course we should reconnect with your parents.
Reconnect is a strong word. And, I was thinking you'd come too.
Sure.
Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one.
What?
Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that.
It's almost like you want me in my worst behavior.
That's the idea. Anything else?
What do you think about Zora and Sanji? Why do I have all this other stuff?
Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean.
Just goes to show there's always peaceful option.
Sure. And fish sticks are really made from Saltuna.
Good point.
Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. People don't change. Not really.
That was a very specific image.
Well, who hasn't been there? Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between them doesn't last.
Nice to know you care.
Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Anything else?
Something to say about chasing down the Demolec sulfide?
I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy.
Why do you say that?
Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is.
Phineas rescued me from the Hope. The least I can do is help him out through this.
That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work.
True.
Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it?
Because if Halcyon goes down, we all do. And I'll do what I can to fix it, I guess. Being the good guy, light side.
Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. Still, Phineas isn't your only option. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it.
I mean, that's if I
I've
want to
got
just get
no
paid.
love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones
Yeah,
at
but
the top.
I don't want to
anyway.
become some corporate lackey.
Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting paid really, really well.
Lackey.
I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. No
Aw,
one else
Ellie.
out here's going to.
Didn't know you cared.
Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else?
Let's talk about the Gorgon job.
You know I've got no love for top rungers, but if Minnie's willing to pay, I say we take her money.
You ever hear of this Lucky Montoya guy?
Sure, like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs. Pretty sure half of it was made up.
But the drinks were still free.
Exactly. There was just something about Montoya I couldn't quite trust. He was always the center of a room, and he slapped a lot of backs to stay there.
You think he was all talk?
Yeah. I'm trying to say that if he screwed this job up, that's on him. I still like our odds. He may have had a rep, but you're more capable than he ever was.
Wow, that's nice of you to say.
Hey, don't get used to it. What's on your mind?
Any idea what happened to Lucky? We already know what happened to him. He's dead in a cave somewhere.
Sure. Something on your mind?
Nope. We're good. And I guess we'll be taking Ellie with me and Parvati because if we can, there's also a quest here to help out Parvati get her dress, which would definitely help her out as well. And we still have to meet up with that dude that Phineas wants us to meet up with. Ooh. It is purple. Freight Port 1. Alright. Where am I going here? So I have to go over there for the Musgrave family collection, but this seems really weird. Okay. Construction mechanical. Byzantium freight port. Corporate troopers.
Are you still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna
Oh.
fix itself.
Don't we have repair drones for that kind of thing?
Oh, you're only level 19. Is it this way? No, I guess not. Ooh, you got a giant gun. Who are you?
So what if those MSI suits needed on Monarch this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
No, you're a technician, dude. Relax yourself. Alright, retreat. You're just random people, I think. Retreat. Oh. Uh-oh. Any named people? No. Do I have to do anything specific? It's just loot. I don't know what everyone's waiting for. Sealed. Huh. How do I get through any of these people? Oh. I don't know what that place was for then. I probably should meet with Phineas's person first before we do anything. Because something tells me once I go over to this person, it's probably just going to be like, oh, I know how to do it. Here's the password. And then I have to head all the way back to Gorgon.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Add drones. Corporate troopers.
Yeah, you. Want to be famous? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean? Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bits. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation?
I consider myself a freelancer.
Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality. Raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid.
Okay, just tell me what you're offering.
I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chops.
Not so fast. First, we gotta talk about royalties.
I like the way you think, Ellie.
Let's just see where this audition goes, huh? So what do you say?
Sure.
You ready for the chance of a lifetime?
Why not?
Terrific. We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator. You're going all the way to the top, baby.
Auntie Cleo's ketchup. Organic, vegan, handmade, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free.
Better than natural.
According to local legend, if you walk around the orrery 3 times, your corporate rival will die of a paper cut.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Nah, probably just shot.
Lovely. So, I guess this is Center City, Byzantium. This looks nice. I like the little thingy they got. So where am I going exactly? I guess I'll just go to my regular objective, because I really don't want to do like anything too much with the main story. Seeing as though... Oh. Hello? Why do you have a canid?
The Emerald Veil plant is back to full production. There's something to be back.
They're back to full production?
What's gotten into Bach mine?
Oh, I guess this is the way we go.
Out with it, you wretched contraption.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring.
Probably not
Each
like...
of these homes fit all of Edgewater. Cannery and all.
More productive than ever.
Right? There's just a lot of corporate troopers around.
Our fair city is being overrun by a pox of... Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of her?
Hello?
How splendid. Another rung leech wandering through the streets of Byzantium. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they really need is more greasy vagrants frolicking through them. And here you are, frolicking.
Frolicking? Guys, do I frolic?
Hey, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Own it.
Well, whatever you call it, do it elsewhere, and take your merry band with you. Honestly, what is the board thinking, letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness.
I mean, if the board isn't supposed to let people in the city, how'd you get here?
I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see.
What's CIO?
Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very long list.
And what other ideas did he come up with besides a font?
Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple one.
I do like purple.
And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in a dream. He was a true visionary, so far ahead of his time.
So what did you do to earn your place here?
I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them from him.
Inheriting bits isn't the same as earning them.
Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't given to you, it's earned. My grandfather taught me that. If you have wealth, you're successful, and if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple concept.
Well, good luck with that.
You're welcome. Now, do we have any further business, or are you just here for the repartee?
Okay, what's wrong with more people coming to Byzantium?
What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse.
That's a terrible attitude. You shouldn't look down on people like that.
Oh, do spare me your petty judgment. It's beneath me. Millions and millions. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair?
Well, most contests have some inherent bias, so technically...
Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate this travesty, and you get paid to do so?
I was waiting for your request.
He's got a point. We're probably gonna get shot at anyway. Might as well make a few bits.
Sure.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Or do you just keep them around as a mobile armrest?
Jesus.
Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to... Fantastic.
Whatever.
Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs.
And how did you get these access codes, question mark?
The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people.
Right.
Bits might earn you a place in Byzantium, but that means everyone here has little need for more of them. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital.
Alright, so that's interesting to pick that up on the way here, which we'll get to that eventually. And here we are finally at this art gallery, I guess. So let's head on inside. Yes, I can.
If you're here for the annual Canid review, I'm afraid it's already over. Only thing going on behind those doors is good, old-fashioned lawful behavior.
Oh, yeah?
This greeting constitutes your confidentiality agreement. You hereby agree not to disclose the location or existence of these events. Thank you for cooperating.
Canid review? I didn't know anything about a Canid review.
Exactly. You do catch on fast. Now then, how can I help you?
I'm looking for Clarence Mosley.
Mr. Mosley is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter his Canid Laplace into our competition.
Laplace.
You should find Mr. Mosley just inside the prep room. Head inside and take the door to your left.
And just before I go, what's all the secrecy? This place isn't exactly hard to find.
We find that our clients enjoy the appearance of participating in illegal activities. Secrecy contributes to a feeling of indecency.
This kind of thing's pretty common. Bijou's used to do a prison-themed night. Served fish sticks with tartarus sauce.
Oh yeah. Prison-themed night was the best. Plus, they gave away limited edition designer handcuffs. The Musgrave family collection was intended to be a gallery of fine art. And here we are, using this place to practice semi-legal canid shows. Scandalous, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You said this place was supposed to be an art gallery. What happened?
That's privileged information. I really shouldn't tell you.
But you see, with Persuade 55, sure you can. I've already agreed to your stupid confidentiality clause, remember?
That's a fair point. All right, I'll tell you. But just keep this between us. The Musgraves own one of Earth's largest private collections of art and literature. They were going to have the entire collection shipped all the way to Halcyon. Unfortunately, that collection never arrived. We haven't heard anything from the delivery convoy, and there's some purely hypothetical concern that the collection might be, well...
Stolen?
I was going to say indefinitely delayed by unforeseen and unknowable circumstances, but yes. Let's go with that. Anyway, that's as much as I can tell you. Will there be anything else?
Nope. Excuse me. Alright, and let's talk to our Clarence mostly. Ooh, this is fancy. Oh, there's multiple name people. Oh, those are all name people. Wait. Milburn Holtz. Candid Handler. I should just take out Little Waldo. Nanners. Timothy. Joan of Bark. Wait, what's the last one? Spoctius? Lovely. They all named their little canids. Oh, where's this guy here? Tilda Coatsworth.
We've been over this before. It's a terrible idea.
Canid hunting is the natural...
Oh, you guys are just background specs. Oh no, my controller's dying. But first, let's go in and talk to this dude. Where is he? Oh, hello, dude. Alright, guys, let's surround him.
Do you know the interesting thing about canid shows?
No, but I have your glass eye, it looks like. Excuse me.
Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. Time and chance are just statistical outliers. In other words, if you put enough canids through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes generally wins. Exercise in futility.
Are you Clarence mostly?
What gave me away? Wait, don't tell me. You've read my monograph, Putting the Us in Calculus, or How to Use Mathematics to Find Your Statistically Significant Other. I'm afraid I don't really do autographs, but yes, I am Clarence Mostly.
That name sounds familiar. Mostly Fine Furniture Company, right?
Yes, that's us. Mostly oak trees, too. My grandfather invented them, you know. Well, no, he didn't invent mostly oaks, but he did purchase the naming rights back during the terraforming days. It's essentially the same thing.
Uh-huh, great. I've been looking for you. You're the last known staff member of Project Gorgon.
Oh. Then you're not here about my monograph.
No, I am not.
I was involved with Project Gorgon, but that chapter of my life is long since closed. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me, but let me give you some free advice. Let the past go. Live in the moment. Enjoy the party.
And I'm sure these won't get me in my way, but with Intimidate 35, you want to keep living in the moment? Show me how to lift that emergency lockdown.
I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond with threats of violence.
Nah, I just like the speech check.
Thank you for resolving that ambiguity for me. Lifting the lockdown won't be easy. You'll need to send overrides from the chem lab and human inquiry. I don't have that level of clearance, but I know two people who do. The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. I'm going to need a good reason.
Again, Intimidate 35. How is this for a reason? I'm really heavily armed.
Right, of course. Thank you for reminding me.
I have no time for no dumbass fetch quests. See, kids, this is why you invest in skills.
I'll do something for you. That way we don't have to rely on mutual trust. A grand prize trophy to the Canid Review. I want it in my hands. Get me that trophy, and I'll give you the remaining researchers. Names, locations, as much information as I have.
And what's so important about this trophy?
My Canid, Laplace, is statistically superior to every other Canid in this review. Better average sprinting time, superior gait coefficient, optimal anatomical symmetry. I didn't bother entering little Laplace in this pointless contest. He's already won on paper, you see. That trophy rightfully belongs to him.
That might be the most Byzantium thing I've ever heard.
Oh, you're much too kind. Does this mean you'll do it?
I guess I have no choice.
Head into the main hall and take the elevator down into the maintenance tunnels. You'll find a service passage that leads up into the trophy room. The maintenance tunnel is the only way up into the trophy room. Some technician barred the door shut on our end. Ask Tilda Coatsworth about it, over by the podium.
I was wondering why she was a name. I was going to talk to her. I know what I'm doing, Clarence, thanks. Before I go, there's something else.
What's on your mind?
What can you tell me about Project Gorgon?
At the moment, nothing. I have a one-track mind. I can't stop thinking about that trophy. Why isn't it in my hands? When is it going to be in my hands? And so on and so forth. You get me that Best in Show trophy, and it'll clear my mind right up.
Oh, also, I found your eye.
My eye! I was wondering where I'd misplaced that old thing. It's perfectly preserved, you know. Every eye possesses unique dimensions, not unlike a fingerprint. The circumference, the shape, the color of the iris.
Yes, I know.
An eye makes excellent proof of identification, assuming you don't mind removing one.
So, how'd you lose it?
I'd rather not get into the details. If Spacer's Choice ever asks you to test out their new model of monocle, just say no.
Here you go. Take it back. I don't want it in my pocket anymore.
Well, that's rather responsible of you. I'll put a good word in your permanent record. What's on your mind?
Okay, nothing else. Oh, I got some board reputation just to give the dude back his eye? Lovely. So I guess we're going to be getting a trophy for Mr. Clarence here. And I think we'll do that in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit like. Always got a little ship hat. Hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things our YouTubers tell you to do down on below to help me out, support me any which way you can. And you can do that as little as doing any of those things. But until next time, I have been Adam, this has been HMO4 Gaming, and this has been The Outer Worlds. Here, technically on Byzantium back into the base game, but doing quest for Peril on the Gorgon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.